So you've built a WordPress site, right? And you probably hit that moment where you think, man, I really wish this thing could do more. Well, you're about to discover the secret that unlocks your website's true full potential. Your site looks good, it's up and running, but maybe it feels a little basic. You know you need a contact form, or maybe you're thinking about selling stuff online, or you want a cool photo gallery. So how do you make that jump from a simple online brochure to a website that actually does things? Well, the answer, my friends, is plugins. Seriously, these are the magic building blocks that can transform a standard out-of-the-box WordPress site into a custom-built powerhouse, tailored exactly to what you need. So, here's the game plan for the next few minutes. We're going to talk about what plugins actually are, where you can find them, and how to manage them like a total pro. We'll even dive into some must-have types, and finally, clear up that classic confusion. What in the world is the difference between a plugin and a theme? Okay, let's start at the beginning. When you first install WordPress, what can it do? And maybe more importantly, what can't it do? So a brand new WordPress site is awesome for creating pages and blog posts, but you'll notice it's missing things like contact forms or an online store. And you know what? That's actually on purpose. It's by design. This whole approach keeps the core software really light and fast, so your site isn't weighed down by a ton of features you might never even use. And this is exactly where plugins swoop in to save the day. Just think of them as this huge, ever-expanding toolkit for your website. So, what is a plugin, really? It's just a little piece of software that you add to your site to give it new powers or make existing features even better. It lets you bolt on new capabilities, and the best part? You don't have to write a single line of code. Okay, here is the absolute best way to think about this. Your WordPress website, it's like a brand new smartphone. When you take it out of the box, it can make calls and send texts, right? It works. But what makes it amazing? It's the apps you install. Well, plugins are simply the apps for your website. It's that easy. All right, you get the idea. Now for the really fun part. How do you actually go out and find your very first plugin? The easiest way, by far, is right from your WordPress dashboard. You literally just go to Plugins, click Add New, and then search for what you want. So you could type in Contact Form or Image Gallery. You find one you like, you click Install Now, and then you click Activate. And bam, that's it. It's on your site ready for you to set up. But hold on. Before you click Install, just take 30 seconds to do a quick health check. Look at the star ratings. What are other people saying in the reviews? Is the developer actually helping people in the support section? And most importantly, check that it's compatible with your version of WordPress. This tiny little step can save you from a massive headache later on. Trust me. Okay, let's make this super practical. I'm going to show you 5 essential types of plugins that pretty much every single website can benefit from. Every great plugin is built to solve a problem. You want to rank higher on Google? You need an SEO plugin like Yoast. Worried about hackers? A security plugin like WordFence is basically your digital bodyguard. Want to start selling online? WooCommerce can turn your site into a full-blown online store. And please, whatever you do, install a backup plugin like Updraft Plus. It is your ultimate safety net. So installing plugins is just step 1. To keep your website running smoothly and, more importantly, securely, you've got to manage them properly. See, developers are constantly releasing updates. These updates add new features, but they also patch up security holes. And updating couldn't be easier. WordPress will literally tell you on your plugins page when an update is ready. You just check a box and click Update. Seriously, making this a regular habit is one of the best things you can do for your site. And hey, if you try a plugin and decide you don't need it anymore, don't just leave it hanging around. It's always a good idea to remove it completely. All you do is click Deactivate first. That turns it off. And then you click Delete to get rid of it for good. Remember, a clean website is a happy, fast website. Okay, last but not least, let's finally solve one of the biggest mysteries for anyone starting with WordPress. What is the deal with plugins versus themes? You know what? The difference is actually really simple. A theme controls the visuals, the look, the feel, the style. Think of it as the paint and the furniture in your house. A plugin, on the other hand, controls the function, what your site can actually do. That's the plumbing, the electricity, the security system. So, themes are for looks, plugins are for function. That's it. So, just how big is this world of apps for your website? Well, get this. In the official, free WordPress plugin directory alone, there are over 62,000 plugins. That is just mind-boggling. It basically means that whatever you can imagine your site doing, there is almost definitely a plugin that can make it a reality. So there you have it.
You now hold the keys to a whole universe of new features. You know what plugins are, how to find them safely, and how to manage them. So the only question left is, what amazing thing are you going to build first?